Welcome back to your daily stimulus package and second stimulus check update. Hope you are doing well and having a safe and great weekend today. In today's update, we're going to cover the latest details from President Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on the second stimulus check and the new stimulus bill. Stimulus negotiations are going on regardless of the president calling off the stimulus talks a few days ago. Now, the funny thing is, he called it up, and a few hours later, he brought up the stimulus talks again, saying that he wants standalone bills for the airline industry, the second stimulus check, and PPP loan for businesses. But right now, we're seeing so much back and forth. We've seen some positive development. We've seen some progress, at least from the White House. We've seen them come up in their bid. Right now, the White House has upped their plan or their offer. They've increased their offer to $1.8 trillion. So they are planning on a $1.8 trillion stimulus. Remember, the Democrats passed the $2.2 trillion package in the House, but right now they are still $400 billion apart. Before we dive into all these new details, let me quickly say, if you are new to this channel, welcome. Consider subscribing now to avoid missing out on the latest helpful videos for your financial success, economic updates, and stimulus updates. And also, if you've been watching this video but yet to subscribe, you are really missing out. Hit the subscribe button now to avoid missing out on the latest videos. One more thing, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you support a second stimulus check and to help other people find this video quicker. Thank you. So, what exactly is going on with the second stimulus check and the stimulus negotiations? So, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said that she's rejecting any piecemeal bill or a standalone bill for the airlines. The airlines are asking for $25 billion in stimulus funding, and the White House is planning on giving them a standalone bill, but this was squashed because the Democrats, led by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in the negotiations, are not willing to have a bill that is not all encompassing and a comprehensive bill. So the White House came up with a $1.8 trillion package, which, as far as we know right now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has not accepted this package. So the two key provisions, according to reports out there and from what I've seen in the comment sections on these updates, include the $600 unemployment benefits or the unemployment benefits and the second stimulus checks to the people. So people right now care about the second stimulus check and the unemployment benefit payments. Anything else is secondary as far as the American people are concerned. But here's the deal with the $25 billion stimulus to the airlines. The airlines have already laid off about 35,000 workers since last week, and they're still going to likely lay more people off if they don't get the funding that they are looking for. So right now, the push is to get them some money or get them some bailout funds. Remember, this is not the first time the airlines have been bailed out in this pandemic. They've been bailed out before with over $25 billion or about $25 billion, and this will be the second $25 billion that they are asking for. But this is to help them with their payroll support, so to keep employees on the payroll. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi does not want this to be a piecemeal or a standalone bill to the airlines. She still wants this to be included in a comprehensive bill that includes all the other provisions. The sticky issue right now with the unemployment benefits is the Democrats still want to keep the $600 per week in unemployment benefits, while the Republicans, the White House, still wants to maintain a $400 weekly unemployment benefit. Now, if both sides come to an agreement and they come to the terms of this stimulus bill and they strike a deal, chances are these may not get the support of the Senate Republicans. The Senate Republicans have said that this is wasteful spending, this is outlandish spending, and some Republican lawmakers are not willing to support this. If both sides reach a deal and strike an agreement on the next stimulus bill, when could we see another stimulus bill or stimulus package pass in the Senate and the House and the president signing? When exactly will that happen? Given what we're seeing right now, it does seem like both sides are close. They are $400 billion away from a deal. If that really happens, when can we see something happen? CNET has put together a very comprehensive possible dates, and these dates are dates that show you when something can pass before the election and after the election. So before the election, right now, it does seem like something can pass in the House on October 26th if they reach an agreement. And if they reach an agreement and it passes in the House on October 27th, the Senate could likely pass something, and then for the president to sign on October 28th. Now, this is the only date we could see a bill pass before the election. Now, if nothing happens and they don't reach a deal or pass anything before November, the other dates on this list will likely be after the November elections, which at that point in time, who knows? The momentum on the stimulus negotiations or the pressure to pass a stimulus bill might not be as strong as we're seeing right now. So, one thing to note here, this is not an official date in any sort of way. These are just some suggestions based on references and what we've seen with the CARES Act. So these are just some references that have been provided by CNET. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you support the $1.8 trillion package that we're seeing now? Are you saying Nancy Pelosi go ahead and accept this? Or do you still want them to keep sticking it out for the $2.2 trillion, which will basically provide $600 in weekly unemployment benefits? So let us know in the comment section below. So right now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi introduced a new bill in the middle of the stimulus negotiations. So while we're talking about the stimulus bill and trying to get the stimulus bill to pass, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, introduced the bill, and this bill, which she called the Commission on Presidential Capacity, is basically triggering presidential transfer of power procedures under the 25th Amendment. So she is saying that this bill is supposed to protect the presidency. That is the goal, according to Nancy Pelosi. And she did appear on an interview with MSNBC, and Craig Melvin interviewed her. He did have some good questions for her, right? So he was asking her about the president's decision to walk away from the stimulus talks and now recalling the stimulus talks again. And during this interview, he asked House Speaker Nancy Pelosi why the bill is being introduced if this legislation is not about Trump. Because House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said that this bill is not about Trump, yet this bill has to trigger a transfer of power from the president to the vice president under the 25th Amendment. So here's what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi responded to the question about introduction of this bill if it's not about the president. She says, and I quote, "Well, it isn't about President Trump. It is about the Constitution of the United States, the continuity of government. And again, if it were about Trump, we wouldn't do it. The fact is, this would protect President Trump because it says it isn't about anybody's opinion of his behavior. It has a formula of healthcare professionals and statespersons chosen equally by Democrats and Republicans, with a strong role for the vice president that would happen should the president become incapacitated." Again, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. While we wait for Congress to finalize the next stimulus package, you may have to pick up a side hustle or side gig to get some cash or make some extra money from home. Be sure to check out the video on the left to discover the one-of-a-kind website that pays you hundreds to thousands of dollars to just read out loud. This is a free, simple, and exclusive side hustle, and in this video, you'll discover the step-by-step process to get started today. And if you want the best-kept secret to increase your credit score fast, check out the video on the right. Don't forget to help others find this video quicker by liking this video and sharing it. And also, be sure to subscribe now as we track the latest progress on the next stimulus package. See you in the next update. Be safe and thank you for watching.